our last but certainly not least panel of the day titled AI-Powered Digital Transformation, Unlocking Operational Excellence and Competitive Advantage. Ladies and gentlemen, in every industry today, one thing is clear. The organization pulling ahead are the ones turning data, automation, and intelligence into real operational power. So the next panel, it brings together some amazing leaders who are doing exactly that. Let's all explore how AI is reshaping workflow and elevating decision making and creating as well competitive advantages and edges that were once impossible, really, without it. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming, first and foremost, Mr. Manish Dalawat, the founder and CEO of Sarada Infosystems. Joining him, we have Mr. Sarthak Sethi, founder and CEO of Replacey. Joining them, put your hands together for Mr. Mohan Deepak, the managing director of VPAS Technology. Joining them, we have Mr. Prakash Permal, the chief technology officer of Horizon Health. And now let me hear you loud and clear for Mr. Serkan Akuzun, the Senior CX and Digital Transformation Advisor for INET. Put your hands together. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Praful Kare, the Global Head AI Strategy and Solution Engineer at Radiant Digital. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I pass the mic on to you. Let us make this discussion one of insight.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. This is the final session of the day, I know. But I'm glad, actually, you guys are here. And today, I know that, you guys all heard everybody saying AI. I believe you must have heard at least 50 times in the last 2 days. So I just wanted to actually keep it little out of the buzzwords. And today's discussion is going to be really exciting. Okay, I'm sure of that. And you guys don't need to worry about it. All right. So as I said, we will actually talking about much more grounded stuff. Okay, we're going to talk about operational excellence. And from an independent lens, we have a good list of panelists from different industry. So we're going to be sharing actually great insights, how they seen AI transforming operational workflows. Isn't it great? First, let me ask you guys one thing. Who here spends more time in fixing the workflow problems rather than improving? I believe everybody can actually relate to this question, right? Everybody wants to solve what is just today's problem. They don't want to actually think about tomorrow's, right? So that's what we are here to discuss. We are trying to actually use AI to foresee what is tomorrow's problem and how we could able to change the end-to-end workflow, right? That is only possible using AI digital transformation. All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm excited for this conversation. Okay, so instead of we defining any of these things for you, we are here to unpack this together. All right, so we have different panelists from different world. Actually two from enterprise system, customer experience, myself healthcare, and real-time decision making. So let's begin. I wanted to actually give a chance for everybody to introduce themselves and what they do, and also they can actually answer what does operational excellence means to them and how AI influence in the world that they are in. I'll start with Mohan, who's right next to me.
Thank you, Prakash. Hi guys, myself Mohan Ram Deepak. I'm a managing director and CEO of VPAS Technologies and VPAS Academy. Yeah, coming to today's topic, operational excellency in the digital transformation with AI. So we have had about a lot of topics discussing on the different centrics like customer and organizational and coming to the health and retail, different sectors. So how it is improvising the operational excellency starts from the small to large scale enterprises. Every system start from micro to the large. Definitely they need some backend system to handle the complete operations. It can be start from the HR to finance and leads to customer centric, right? And coming to the supply chain and decision making. So that's where we are going to talk on the explore more on the operational excellency. Thank you.
Go ahead, Manish.
Shall I? Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Manish Dalawat from Shraddha Infosys. I'm the founder and CEO. So I'm happy to share with all of you. I'm into automation of systems since 1995, and I've transformed a number of manual systems to computerization. And what I see as on date from AI perspective, it's completely different ball game now, because in automation you need to worry and think only from application perspective, but when it comes to AI, really you need to think from the entire architecture perspective. You need to think from ecosystem perspective, and that's what is going to be game changing. And as Shraddha, we specialize in supply chain visibility solution, and we are specializing in AI CRM, and that's what the introduction about myself I would like to share with you. Yeah, over to you. Thank you.
I couldn't agree more. It's truly actually like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Serkan Akazun. I'm joining from Switzerland. I'm a CX and digital transformation advisor. I give some advisory to companies and helping them to find the right path to their transformation future in with their transformation path. Besides that, I'm running a startup because I believe that the labor market will change extremely in the future, and for this we are working on solutions for companies to have the right person at the right time with the right experience to provide high quality.
Hello everyone, this is Sarthak. I am the founder and CEO of Replacy. We basically help furniture retailers, interior designers, architects to show their products, their designs into their clients' homes in just under 60 seconds using just an image. So basically we avoid making 3D models using AR products, and yeah, that's about it. And as far as your question goes, for operational excellence, I feel in our industry, major of it goes to the training of staff, because since we are in the industry where there's a lot of back and forth between the clients and the designers, and then the end outcome of it, it can be carpenters, it can be laborers. So that is, I think, the major thing that operational excellence means in our industry.
Great.
Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Praful Khare. I'm Global Head of AI Strategy and Digital Transformation for a company called Radiant Digital. Outside of that, I'm an active member of Forbes Technology Council, an entrepreneur, an advisor, and a board member to a bunch of other companies. But at my heart, I'm an innovator and technologist. When it comes to the point, the operational excellence, to me, it's not about solving an isolated problem. It's about looking into a customer problem from point A to point B and solving it end to end. And I often give an example to my team. We all traveled in the traditional world with the yellow taxi, yellow and black taxi, and so on. When Uber came in, they did not try to mimic the workflow what yellow taxi has. They just came in, they identified the friction point, and then they transformed it. That's what operational excellence for me. Thank you so much.
I agree. And that's pretty much what we did. And I believe like most of us here are doing the same thing. No one is trying to actually like reduce automation. They're trying to actually change, redefine the end-to-end workflow. That's when the AI comes in, right? You could able to actually like say, as like everybody said here, even to me, I could able to relate, because we didn't actually like think, oh, let's actually like put AI in integrating two systems. Let's redefine those two systems, right? That's when you avoid the friction and bring the excellency, right? We don't want it to replace people work. AI, when AI can do more, why to replace AI in a traditional workflow? Rather redefine, right? And also I have a question. In your industry, where does the intelligent lives? Does it live in people? Does it live in data? Or does it live actually in the integration? Would you guys would like to pitch in?
Sure. So I will. So basically, moment we think from AI perspective, we all need to keep in mind it's a journey. It's not a transaction-based step you are taking. There's a start and there's an end. It will not work. So when it comes to AI, it's a journey. At the same time, we all need to keep in mind that data is the most important component to make AI win. If the touch points data is not available, uh, AI will not give predictive behavior inputs and intent input what we are looking for. And that's what the objective behind the technology and solution we all are looking for. At the same time, I would like to say the way we provide supply chain visibility solution, OEM company is always suffering from having a last mile visibility data, and that's where we play a very vital role. So OEM company with the distributor channel, with retailer coming in picture, and then retailer selling to end customer. So we have developed various application, but at the same time, all this touch point data of entire channel we have on single platform. So data plays a very vital role. Then this unified platform plays a very vital role where all the data is available on one single platform. And that's where the AI starts functioning the way it is. At the same time, the batch processing data flow is what will always hamper the AI approach. So it should be a continuous feeding data which should come to make AI work the way we are looking for. And definitely it should be predictive output we should get. And definitely, as we all are here, we say we should empower the people who are using AI, and we should collaborate. And that's what I believe, and that's what we are here to deliver. So this was from my side.
Thanks.
Just a small add-on to that, right? When we are talking about intelligence, there are different tiers of intelligence which actually exist in all the levels. So a lot of people, when they think AI as a technology and a tool which is going to do the true digital transformation, that's where the problem start happening. Because if you want the digital transformation, then you need to extract the intelligence on all three layers from people, process, and technology, and then march it towards your goal.
Great. Yes, Sherpa.
So I believe it's whether technology, nor data. Of course, that is all needed to have a proper AI, but that's the fundamental things. I think the intelligence comes from culture and mindset. If you don't have the the proper mindset to change the world, or at least to change your industry, then nothing will be intelligent. Then you are optimizing maybe here and there something, but it's not transforming, not creating, not shaping the future. And AI for me is all about shaping the future, and this comes with mindset.
I would just like to add with Sarkan. I think he's picked up a very nice point because even today I see a lot of companies, a lot of organizations actually hesitate to use AI because they feel like AI will replace humans. But as I think even he mentioned it absolutely correctly, that it is not just a tool, it is there to help humans make better decisions, make more informed decisions, and just yeah, that's about it, I think.
I would like to add, and which is very interesting. So basically, let's say the organization or the enterprise has a application, and they believe that they'll just have a AI component sitting on top of that and will function. So if anyone is thinking on those lines, be aware you're going to fail. So that's not the approach it should be. So AI is not a component who's going to sit on top of data and just give you the result. It's right from bottom to top approach. You need to have it, have the entire architecture in place, the ecosystem, all the touch points. You need to have everyone together and then deliver the solution. And you should think about the solution. So that's one input I would like to share.
I agree with you, Manish, on this. See, uh, basically AI really supports to reshaping the systems. It's not a front end language, right? So you can be in a UI when you can see that and you can utilize on the top of the system. It doesn't work, but it is a journey, as I mentioned. So you have to transform along with other systems. You should use AI as part of your journey. Then it helps you, to improvise and make an accuracy of your data, and it's help you to take accountability on the systems, and decision making will be a smooth. That's where the AI helps, as you mentioned. So in my perspective, how AI really helps, there is a three layers. One is the process, data, and the technology. So this all three are interlinked. Yep.
Okay, that's great insights. I had to actually have something to add, and also I have some questions. I do actually agree, and everybody agrees. I've seen actually like people talking about this in other panels as well. AI is not here to replace humans, right? At least we are still not there yet. Okay, but it definitely actually increases the efficiency of the people, right? Now a single person can able to do two people's job. It's true, right? And I see AI would be helping humans, and humans would be monitoring the AI, whether it is making the right decisions or not. And again, right, identifying the friction where we could able to improve, of course, right? That's going to be the future. And now, I do actually have one question for both of you since you are in customer experience. What is a single shift happening in AI in your industry which is helping the customer experience? I know everybody's using AI, but how does it really transforms?
Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. So, in my specific industry, to be very honest, AI helps a lot with speed, with consistency, with like, I'll give you a small example. I think it would be easier for everyone to understand. So, like I already mentioned, earlier they used to train staff to, go back and forth with the designers and the clients. Now, thanks to AI, the cut down, the time that used to take to build a 3D model, let's say, of this room would be 2 weeks. With AI, it is cut down to 1 minute. So the client would know what they're looking into. The speed is better, the efficiency. And more than that, I feel like for bigger enterprises, the good part is they have the consistent customer experience throughout the world, any state, any city, because if AI wouldn't have been there humanly, if anyone is making 3D model, everyone has their own skills, their own, it's going to be different. So I think that is the big factor that AI is bringing in, at least in our industry.
Sherkan, you would like to add on?
I see his points, and I agree that it can do things better. But I personally, I believe so. I'm not so happy with the speed of innovation that AI has brought to the companies in terms of customer experience, because we are optimizing here and there some things, which is fine, and which brings value, of course, but it doesn't make use of the full potential of AI. I believe the entire experiences, the entire process, as you mentioned before, must be rethink. We have to start from ground to think about the processes that we have, if the processes are even needed anymore. If you rethink what you want to achieve and where you are, and if you would start from scratch, would you do it again like this? Most probably not, but we still do it like this and optimizing here and there the processes with AI. And I feel we are not there yet in terms of customer experience, and we have to do a lot of homework.
Great.
Uh, I would like to add one point here. It's quite interesting, like, and how the shift is happening from AI perspective. So it's all about turning real-time data into last mile smarter decisions. So basically, the last mile data and the touch point is what we need to gather. And basically, the data, if it's available real time, the AI will support the front runners in the organization to take faster decisions. So as on date, basically the company are not succeeding just because certain things are not in place, but the core reason they are not succeeding because the decisions are not taken faster. And what the game changing going to be with AI is the earlier, like long back, let's say 2 decades back, we used to sell our application. We used to demonstrate the dashboards and inform the management how they want to get benefit from the dashboard, and from those insights they take decision. Basically, the dashboard scenario is going to get eliminated, and it's all going to be on day-to-day operations. What the front runners do, AI will support them to take the right decision in the right manner, and that decision what they take will reduce the friction, and that's how they'll become successful, and that's the organization will become successful. So I hope it's going to be quite game changing in this manner. Is what I would like to share. Yeah, thank you.
Right. And Praful, you are an AI strategist, right? And he's enterprise systems. So keeping operational excellence in the center, how organization can think where to implement AI?
See, I will rephrase the question a little bit, right? And that's the similar conversation I had with one of the CIOs in a Fortune 10 companies. I'm not going to name him because I don't have his permissions to do that. He came to me and he said, Praful, my team is using this particular technology to do this. What are your thoughts on that? I said, that's a solution looking for a problem. Okay. And then he said, how? I said, you did not even look into what exact problem you are trying to solve. You just looked into that, hey, you want to use this technology for the sake of using the technology. You started going with full throttle, started implementing it. And now you're seeing the problem where you are down with $30 million in the hole, and you don't even know what problem you're solving, how business is going to get benefited out
Agree.
of it. And that conversation I had with him in 2021. I met him again in 2024. And I thought he might have forgot me. I mean, because this guy became a big shot in the industry, right? He comes on the Time magazine and all over the place. So I told him, hey, I am Praful. We met a couple of years back. And he said, hey, I know. You are the solution looking for problem guy. I use your line in all of my all hands and all of my webcast and everywhere. And that one line actually changed my world. So now, when we are talking about AI, we are on the same junction. At this point of time, if you're looking from the investment perspective, right, there is an expectation that by 2033, the total AI investment across the globe is going to be around $4.8 trillion. In 2025 alone, in the first half, over $100 billion has been invested by the VCs into the startup. I'm not even talking about the budget what AWS, Microsoft, Google, OpenAI, and all these companies are having. And yet, after this massive investment in the human history, we see a report coming from MIT sometime back saying that 95% of the generative AI projects are failing, right? I talked to the C-level executives and most of them are stuck in the pilot paralysis. Where they have seen some initial results, they are able to ask question, AI is able to give them answer, they implemented RAG here and there, but they don't even know how it is going to impact the business, right?
I agree. I've been reached out to by a lot of people who are asking question, hey, where can I implement AI? They just don't want to actually like miss out. It's a fear of missing out, right? Where to implement AI? They don't have the strategy, right? And AI just amplifies whatever it is. You have a bad workflow, bad data, it's gonna get bad, right? It's gonna get
It's a
badder.
simple, fundamental garbage in, garbage out.
Yes,
If you already have bad data and bad workflow, you are going to amplify the problem, not going to solve a problem if you start with just technology.
exactly. So now let's pivot back. What not to do with AI to achieve operational excellence?
Yes.
Yes, guys. Till now we discussed about the do's, right? We should also think don'ts. That is plays a crucial role. If you only think about the do's, then it's gone. It's not the right output what you get. Yes, I'll take some examples. Let's say you are implementing a big ERP digital transformation. Okay, so obviously ERP comes under, it's a backbone for every organization, right? Now, okay, you're implemented the ERP. Oh, It's the older version ERP doesn't have AI now. It's reshaping, and a lot of research is going on the ERP side. Let's say I want to build AI within a ERP. I'll take an example of SAP. Okay, you have a complete transactional coding system. If you want to move from one transactions or process oriented, they are complete transaction based. What you can do in AI, what we use AI in that transaction based systems on the processes, is it really helps? No, right? So we should think where we should use AI. In the transaction based, definitely it won't work. And coming to compliances and rule based financial analytics, predictive analytics, yes, we can use AI, but in the rule based financial analysis and compliances with the government, that we don't help much on the AI side, right? And at the same pinch, yes, we can optimize the things with the data driven. Let's say you have a use data which is proper structure and the processes are in place in your organization. Yes, definitely AI multiplies your processes and it really helps you, right, into a 10x organization. If you are doing 100 billion, it make you a trillion company. But if your data is not structured and the processes are not stringent, or it's too complex, then definitely not to suggest use AI until your processor are streamlined and your data is clear.
Organization bleeds money on that.
Definitely.
In continuation to this, I would like to share a real case study to make the AI-based project successful. One of our customer, uh, we are implementing AI-based CRM for them. So the very first thing what we did is, let's say it's an 100-user organization who are going to get onboarded on this CRM. The first thing is we have made a white paper, an entire flow about who is doing what and what data has been captured. And we have defined the process, we have defined the workflow, we have defined what data to be captured, and the entire process has been start from there, and then building that application, getting that application in place. And our best part is the CRM what we are delivering is a no code low code solution, which is very important for the adoption and AI being successful on the basis of the inputs the solution should be able to deliver. And on top of that, we are trying to support the user, either the sales team, support team, project team, marketing team, to predictive get the output from the CRM, who need to do what. And on top of that, we have integrated this AI-based CRM with the IoT systems, pan-India. Let's say there are mall customer location, connected with the sensors, and we have built a command control integrated with the AI-based CRM. And that's how the entire game is changing. So if any system is having any issue, it will sensor based give an alert to the command control. The command control gives trigger to CRM. The tickets get generated. Ultimately, it relates to the service engineer who is on field, and with what capabilities he has and what type of issue the system is facing. So that matching will be done, and the ticket is raised where the engineer is reaching in the at the customer place before the machine gets damaged. And that's what we are building and we're deploying. And as we discussed, the workflow or the process plays a very important role, and it's all for the team of the organization we need to do for is what we need to focus for, and we need to empower them. So that's what I would like to add. Thank you.
Excellent point.
Right. I believe, like, again, as we all agree, like, clarity plays an important role in where to implement AI, right? You can't actually plug in AI anywhere, right? And moving on, I do want to actually, like, talk a little bit more about processes. We've been discussing processes and how where to implement AI. Now let's think actually 3 4 years ahead, right? So the processes that we may see today might change completely, right, because of the AI, of course. And where the intelligence resides, we spoke about that one. Redefining the end-to-end workflow that we are discussed. So now that's what I wanted to touch base on. What do you guys think AI would do in redefining the end-to-end workflow, right? For example, from a patient care, from a healthcare. So AI would be more in terms of communication, helping actually physician to give more input, summarize about the patient, why they are here, which takes a long time. So of course, right, these are all helping actually like patients to get care faster. Nobody wants to spend hours in clinic, right? So similarly, like I do wanted to know how the process would look like, where AI can be implemented, redefining the end-to-end workflow, which definitely gives the competitive edge.
See, we all are talking about that point that you cannot bolt in AI into a brittle system. If we are talking about AI, the technology is so extensive that it can truly transform multiple elements of the end-to-end workflow. I'll just give one example, right? Since all of us, in some capacity, we do the software development, right, for our respective companies.
Yes.
So if we go 2 years, 3 years back down the line, it was like product owner who used to go give the user a story. Before that, he used to conduct the market research. Then the user story used to come to the developer. Developer used to write the code. Then it used to go to the tester. Then tester used to validate it. Then through the DevOps pipeline, it hits the production. The whole process used to take 1 month because so many touch points and manual interventions are required. Now we are talking about today. Most of the organizations are using Copilot. So the
Yes.
story is changing significantly, right?
Yes.
That they are just telling the user story to the Copilot, getting the output, trying to pitch in. If we go 4 years down the line, and by the way, this is something we have already implemented and developed it. We are getting, I mean, huge traction in there. That is beyond Copilot, and that is that your agent already has the context of your business. They are automatically going picking up the user stories. They are picking up the user stories, making the code changes, and then they are bringing the human not to write the code and test it, just to validate it, and then automatically it is going in production. So the go to market time for a certain feature, which used to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in the past, right, with the help of AI, we are going to cut it down to 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. So that's how, I mean, we all were talking about, right? It's not to kind of let the people go or eliminate the workforce. It's about getting more output from the same amount of workforce. So that's where I truly see AI is going to transform.
Exciting and scared as well.
Perfect. I think he just, I also said the same thing. Like, he gave his perspective on the same thing, and I wouldn't like to repeat that again. But at the same time, let's just figure out one thing. Let's think of internet era when it came, everything was in boom. I think, of course, there is an AI boom. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like 3 or 4 years down the line, like he mentioned as well, AI will get better. Right now, we are exploring a lot of things. All of us, I think, we try 10 things. Two of them work. 8 of them might fail as well, or sometimes all 10 of them might fail as well. So we are just exploring it. I think AI will change the end-to-end process very soon, and it is at the end going to help humans, not replace them.
So the redesign will redesign.
So I would like to add one point here. Basically, how I see to it, let's think from enterprise perspective, and definitely when I think from AI point of view, it's going to empower all the managers. Now, let's take an example. It's a sales measure. So basically, lot many predictive things are going to come from AI specific to the customer and not the category of customer. It's going to be specific to the customer, and basically with the behavior of that customer, the system will answer what to be done, and that's where the manager will act faster and in a prepared mind, and that's how he's going to act. Point number one. Point number two, similar way it's going to help from service perspective also. At times what happens, the service manager is reaching to the location, understanding what the issue is, then asking for those additional components from their warehouse, then trying to arrange those, then trying to fix the machine. In this scenario, what's going to happen is, because it is predictive information is getting, what the issue in the system is been noted by the sensor. Take an example, and he is aware what he need to fix. He's going with the tool, he's fixing up, he's already closing that action item. And same is going to happen with the marketing manager also, because there's a core data available and they take decision on the basis of the data available. So it's not a salesperson going and just doing sales and without knowing the history of the customer. Service engineer just trying to close the ticket and fulfill the task. Uh, at the same time, there's going to be complete visibility for the management, what I see, where the repetitive tasks what they do about follow up with the team members or reminders and all those things, irrespective of that's going to be taken care by the system. Rather, they will participate with the managers and help them to take faster decisions, and they'll give authority to managers to take decisions instead of they participating in that. And that's
Correct.
what going to be a game changing. I look for. Yeah.
Correct. Uh,
If I may add something to that. So I agree to all of that. But I don't see why that shouldn't be already done tomorrow, not in 4 years already. I think AI is already able to do that today.
yes.
And if we start today doing the things, we are there tomorrow, right? And your question is a bit tricky because what
I
can
ask
we
tricky
do? What
questions.
kind of processes do we change with AI in 4 years? That might be completely different based on the industry you are. So I would
Yes.
reframe a little bit your question and invite everyone to think about how does my industry, how does my market, my company look like in 4 years? Starting from there, then you can think about what kind of processes you need and how they will look like and what can AI do for me. But starting from there, you first, I think we need to have a vision about our market, our company, where are we in 4 years? And if we know where are we in 4 years, then we can talk about what AI is replacing and what is AI doing for us.
Excellent answer. Keeping time in mind for Q&A, I believe that like we are actually touch based on a lot of things, and we can all agree that like AI creates an impact when the foundation is strong and there is a clarity and every team member is aligned and definitely the vision, right? So I would open up the floor for questions. Any questions? No? Oh,
So thank you for your wonderful insights. I think the world is changing drastically today. Earlier, everyone was looking for an Intel inside. I think today that is changed. Is it AI enabled? So that's the story. Today, AI has become a co-worker for all of us. And so my question here is, which human skill should we have, so that we are coping up with the changes in the world that's happening today in the next 5 years? Either we acquire it or we better it, which is that one human skill that we should have?
Adaptability, without any doubt. AI is not going to replace humans. Humans using AI are going to replace other humans.
I
So
agree.
if you are not adaptive, yeah,
I was
you are
about to
going.
say the same thing. It's adaptability and vision, where you can leverage AI.
Everyone know about sine wave, right? So if you see the 20 years back, the technology is different. If you see the 10 years back, yes, we entered into the cloud and all those stuff. Now we entered into the AI. In AI, the flow is like we are in the top now, or maybe in the mid, but definitely, if you see about next 10 years or 5 years, right? So we entered into initially with the basic AI, the concepts, then generative AI, then predictive AI, cognitive AI. Then new terms are coming up based on the industry and based on the different case studies. Yes, I'm hearing a lot from the buzz in the outside. After this, the quantum AI is going to flash, right? So again, it's a sine wave. So it's a movement of revolution of the technology. That's how the things are going on. Yeah. Coming to the, as I said, like a question of the processes. Any of the company, as I said, if they start using AI on the processes front, the process should be streamlined and start using the AI on the top of it. Thank you.
So I would like to add one thing here. Basically, to make AI project successful in an organization, and the way we all are expressing and we all agree to, basically this AI solution need to be personalized to that particular company and organization, because it need to suit their process, their workflow, their team, their management, their decision taker, their market, and so on. So At the same time, the core management need to take the ownership of driving this, because definitely it will be requiring huge funds also. At the same time, the content is equally important, and they need to hold those process well so that there's no deterioration. And moment the owners and the founder member they come into picture along with the top line management, it automatically will see to that the second line, third line team members also participate and follow the process, and they also participate to make AI work for their own organization. So definitely human behavior, human adoption when we talk about, and top management participation is very important to make this happen. And that's what I would like to add to your question. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I completely agree with all of them. And I would just give it a simple word of instead of adoption, let's say openness, because a lot of companies are not open to use AI even today. I see a lot of companies, they hesitate or they see the very glorified version of 3 or 4 brands and they see the other versions that they don't respect it enough, or let's say they're not open to explore new opportunities. A lot of them think we are already satisfied with what we had, but if you go 20 years back the line, shopkeepers who did not update themselves, did not get computers into their shopkeepers, they're still shopkeepers versus the one who got ERP system, who got computers, they're now convenience stores, not a Kirana store anymore. So I think adaptability and openness to explore new opportunities, that is all humans need to do.
Those who don't want to adapt to AI, probably they must be just using ChatGPT.
There is an excellent point what I gave in my keynote, right? That people need to think, are they using ChatGPT or is ChatGPT using them?
Right.
Because everybody, when they're asking the question to ChatGPT, they are getting different answer. So it is picking up the context on what they are asking, and the answer is not always the right one. It is always to hit the consensus of that individual so that the individual will get satisfied.
Right. And this is not the first time I have been asked this question. Okay. What are the human skills? I used to say common sense. Technically, we call it like God rails, but it's common sense. You need to teach AI what are the some of the common sense so that like it doesn't deviate. But that's needs to come from human, right? It's about understanding what your AI need to do. Forget about ChatGPT. What your AI need to do. So that's very important.
I think you already heard a couple of very good skills that will be needed in future. And also, I believe it depends for whom. An entrepreneur will need different skills than someone who's in the kitchen and a chef, for example. So different skills for different areas. If you ask me, I would think about leadership. I think our leadership skills will be different. Organizations will be smaller, I believe, in future. So our leadership skills will change. Strategy skills will be different. What kind of strategy do you choose to get where you want to be? So strategy is a very important skill. Execution, how do you get there? So after defining the strategy, how do you get there? That is a skill that people will need. And what you mentioned at the beginning, having a vision, is for me key for everything. That's the starting point for everything. Having a vision on how the future looks like is the key thing. And another top skill, sorry, to add that, we have to change our mindset a bit there to accept new challenges. The ability to accept challenges will be key for me, because now in 2025, everyone is a startup now, because we compete with newcomers, and in the age of AI, everything has changed. And we have to accept this. We cannot sit somewhere on the top of the mountains and say we are the best because we are the market leaders. I don't need to accept the challenge. That will not work. You have to come down, be humbled again, wherever you are, it doesn't matter, and accept a challenge to completely new competitors in the market and start from there to create new things. Shape the future, because either you shape the future or you live in a world that is shaped by someone else. So accept the challenge and go the race.
It is
Excellent.
as simple as that. Either disrupt or get disrupted.
Rather,
Excellent.
we can put it in this manner: either adopt or perish. Simple word.
Any other questions? Good. All right. So I guess we can conclude on one thing. Okay. We know that like clarity is important, but also I believe we can all agree AI is not just going to be a tool anymore. It's going to be a core part of the operation, right? Okay. And that's what is going to give us the competitive edge and operational excellence. And I would like to thank all my panel members for being here and sharing their insightful like thoughts. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bro.
Your moderation was equally great, and we really enjoyed.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, another very well
Thank you,
deserved
everyone.
round of applause for our panelists.